Good afternoon, everyone. I am Ding Amar, technical specialist from IBM. No? So, to start, we all know that many organizations today are facing many cybersecurity challenges. Now, comes COVID-19, it also caused a massive shift to remote work and increases phishing attacks. Ransomware continues to plague organizations across all industries. And privacy regulations always stay. Nandiyan pa rin yan, no? And it is always present, including even higher fines for non-compliance. So most organizations today are also undergoing massive digital change or massive digital transformation, including the move to the cloud infrastructure and application modernization. Change always introduces risk, and companies needs to a way to manage their security posture. And in this challenging situation, uh, we need to have a single point of security that could help us, in mitigating this risk. This presentation discusses more about the key pain points of every organization that are experiencing their digital journeys, and how IBM Cloud Pak for Security can help solve those pain points. Earlier, on the earlier presentation, it is also mentioned, yung what is the current state of security that we have, not only in the Philippines but worldwide. So basically, today's threats continues to rise in numbers and scale. Sophisticated attackers or attacks break through conventional safeguards, every day. So the question is when, or how you will be breached, right? So according to data that is provided by IBM for Security team, ransomware and data theft were the two biggest attack types in 2020. And against this landscape of increasing sophisticated attacks, companies are transforming their business with cloud initiatives, just to prevent attacks and protecting their investments during this complicated situation. But the thing is, digital transformation becomes even more difficult, because of this digital transformation. We know that forward-leaning companies, the ones that will lead in the next era, are embracing change. We have previously, somewhere around 2018 or 2017, there's a lot of issues or talks regarding digital change or the move to the cloud. But some of the companies that have done it, prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, have already moved and secured, their position. They're refactoring their apps to become more modular, containerized, and have shipped to SaaS in order to move fast and scale. They are treating their data as a shared resources between departments, partners, and communities, and using AI and analytics to find untapped value. We all know that data is the new gold right now. So they are embracing hybrid cloud to match the right workload to the right cloud environment for their business in a very open way. So dapat they could easily adapt and digest those applications and those data. But the success of all these changes dependent in one universal and non-negotiable requirement. And I believe everybody knows about it, diba? It's cybersecurity. But why? Right? So because a company's digital future requires security to deliver trust, privacy, resiliency, compliance, and so on. So their customers demand it, and their reputation depends on it. Security needs to address this key transformation, but that can be a challenge. So traditional cybersecurity programs weren't built to handle this level of transformation that we have for the past, I guess, 2 years, right? So security leaders today are stressed with too much to do, too much security tools, too much complexity, and too much alerts. And as I mentioned earlier, we don't have enough skills to cover those alerts, right? So they are rethinking their approach. Simply put, they need to transform their security and to help them transform their business, and to make things matters, or to make matters worse, traditional security programs are still operating in silos. Sure, they are they have connections between tools or between silos, and it is a good start. But having those connectivities, it lacks the visibility and context needed to gain critical insights or identify issues or threats. No, so any analyst or a SOC analyst needs to go to a different dashboard, different GUI just to investigate, to do threat hunting, and to remediate some issues or remediate some threats. No, some examples we hear from our clients are they wanted a trusted partners to take work off their plate. So some are moving from SaaS, some are moving for managed security. So they also wanted to get more from their existing security investment that they have and not rebuild from everything from scratch. No, they wanted a simple way to drive security to the rest of the business. And they also wanted AI and analytics to reduce this mess of too many alerts. So we all know that many organizations are using dozens of tools. No, according to study around March of 2020, 60% of companies are using 25 or more unique security tools. No, do we have someone here that has that kind of number of unique security tools? And other than that, there 44% of these companies are engaging more than 10 different security vendors. No, so we have different tools. We also have different vendors, and we need to communicate and coordinate with these vendors separately in terms of operations of our security tools. So in security operations centers today, analysts are confronted with great number of threats, both in number of complexity, different tools to use, and different siloed within different tools across on-premise and cloud environments. So the analyst needs to browse or go over different dashboards just to investigate, do threat hunting, or performance tasks. Right? As you saw on the previous slide, many organizations are using literally dozens of tools from many vendors, most of which operate in a data siloed with different with a little integration between them. And with the global cybersecurity skill shortage, analysts are spending too much time in manually correlating the results in or integrating tools instead of effectively investigating and responding to threats. Organization also would likely to have an EDR solution, detecting malicious behavior at the endpoint, maybe it a mobile or maybe it a laptop, no. And often they have network threat analytics detecting behavior on the network traffic level. They also have many other technologies such as data lakes and vulnerability management. Above all this, all the security analysts receiving alerts, triaging, and investigating incidents. Now, this requires analysts to be expert, no, or get the job done, no, at the first time. Kasi once they overlook any, I'm sorry. Kasi once they overlook, no, a certain threat, no, and failed on investigating and or responding to threats, there would be a threat, no, or a massive threat for the organization. So what does everybody needs, or what do we need, no, to answer those problems or to face those problems? One, we need a key. Every organization need the ability to deploy security solutions in a wide variety of architecture. Maybe on premise, on the cloud, or multiple clouds, or we could say hybrid cloud. Instead of extracting and transforming data from disparate security systems or security tools and platforms, no, pulling security data from different sources and location. So what is needed in this approach? Kasi once we pull any data, no, from any sources, maybe in on-premise or in cloud, there we are facing some compliance issues with that, no, the movement of data or live data. So what do we need? No, leaving those data at rest, spanning silos, and supporting a wide variety of deployment models. So what is IBM Cloud Pak for Security? So IBM Cloud Pak for Security is built from the ground up to address all these challenges outlined in this presentation. So Cloud Pak for Security is an open and integrated hybrid multi-cloud platform made up of modular security capabilities and core platform services that sits on top of existing security and cloud tools. And it is pre-integrated with Red Hat OpenShift, which provides automated installation, upgrade, and lifecycle management throughout the container stack and on any cloud. Okay, so CloudPack for Security, being an open source solution, allows organizations to deploy it anywhere, maybe on premise, as mentioned earlier, on public cloud, on private cloud, or on a hybrid cloud. And CloudPack for Security has a modular design, so we can make it. It can make it easy to consume capabilities. No, can be licensed individually or together, or combine platform services to unify data and workflows across security teams and tools. No, as your program grows, you can easily add more as you need them. No, so let me show you how a basic operation for cloud for security does, yung for data and workflows. So with CP4S or Cloud Pak for Security, the core platform security analyst will have a unified interface to perform investigation, perform search, threat hunting, remediation, and more. We can automatically gain security insights by means of threat feeds, and with federated search, analysts can invoke search for IOC, IOA, or hashes across the data sources. May it be on premise, on the cloud, or any location that we have, without pulling out any data from those locations. So with security intelligence or threat feeds, coming from IBM X-Force or any third-party threat feeds, third-party threat feeds, analysts can gain global threat intelligence through reports with contextual information created by IBM X-Force. So, for example, we have a certain hash, as a threat feed, as a new, for example, ransomware attack. So we could easily perform a search for any IOCs or maybe hashes of that ransomware. By having a federated search using our Data Explorer. So once we perform that, Data Explorer will automatically connect by using sticks connector to our data sources. Maybe an EDR, an SIEM, next generation firewall, if we have Active Directory systems or anything. So Data Explorer would perform a federated search to look for those IOCs. Okay, so that those IOC, once found, it will automatically create a case, and CP4S will automatically provide a workflow in terms of threat hunting, or maybe investigating, or maybe remediation. So with IBM X-Force threat feed, we could also prioritize the X-Force threat score based on relevance, severity, penetration, impact on your environment or on the organization. So we could also automatically do a search, what we call am I affected. So for example, for a certain hash, am I affected? Is it present on my environment? Okay, so we could automatically do a search, continuous search. Automated search can also be done across data sources, and cases will be created automatically for active threats that is found on your environment. So with orchestration, it would also reduce time of the analyst to respond and remediate complex threats by automating incident responses. We could also streamline the automated and manual repetitive tasks such as IOC enrichment, and easily identify leverage points used by attackers, track IOCs, or even over time, and classify attributes. So as mentioned earlier, with CP4S, core platform, security analyst will have the unified interface, no? So he could perform his task on a single dashboard, right? So let me perform a these are some of the use cases that we have now. For example, for Data Explorer, by performing federated search and investigation, we could automatically have a view of all critical security data without moving it or moving the data and using pre-built connectors to cloud and security data source. No, so we don't need to move those data from those locations. Single query language, no, it is being supported. It supports sticks to investigate across all data sources for threats, patterns, IOCs, and IOA, and more. So automatically enrich data and attributes with integrations to threat intelligence feed, assets, and risk. So if, for example, a certain case or case has been created by CP4S, no, you could automatically enrich those you could automatically enrich that case by by having to connect to different sources. You could collect the logs or events from ACs from a SIEM. You could also connect to a security firewall, no, just to get additional information for that threat. Okay. Next would be security orchestration and automation and response. So CP4S has a built-in orchestration by default, and it is one of the core platform core services on the platform. So by having a SOAR or orchestration present on our solution, it would help us reduce time to respond and remediate complex cybersecurity threats by automating incident response processes. No, we could also streamline and automated manual repetitive tasks such as IOC enrichment and easily identify leverage point used by attackers. So we could track IOCs over time and classify attributes. Guide and execute investigation and response actions consistently with robust case management and tasks, leveraging virtual process techniques from lean manufacturing. So we could also have we could also build our own team, no, to respond on this one. No, by having this orchestration, we could also create team collaboration with all those people that should be involved in this type of threat. No, drive investigation across the organization by a simple point and click deployment. No, so we are supporting at least 160 plus third-party integration, customizable and extended dynamic playbooks through a visual workflow editor. So by default, out of the box, our orchestration already have a built-in workbook or playbooks, right? And you could also create your own playbooks by using our dynamic playbook editor. So meet compliance regulatory requirements with a privacy add-on. So another use case is prioritize and actionable threat intelligence. So we could gain global threat intelligence through reports and contexted information curated by our IBM experts team. No, we could have a prioritization of threats, no, based on threat score or based on relevance, severity, penetration, impact, and environmental sightings. So for example, there is a threat intelligence insight that is provided and it is under your vertical, for example, manufacturing, and you're a manufacturing company. So it would provide you a threat score based on the relevance of the threat intelligence information. So as mentioned earlier, we could also automatically do a search, no, what we call "Am I affected?" So we could have a continuous automated searches across data sources. No, and once those IOCs are found, automatic creation of cases can be performed, and automatic workflows can be applied to those cases. So, and you could also add additional context, additional information by leveraging, the data connector, doing a federated search. So it could leverage your investment, no, by also having third-party intelligence feed through a simple single configuration screen and enrich information throughout the platform. Okay. So let me guide you on a it is something like a day in the life of a security analyst, no. So SOC analyst uses prioritize threat information to identify potential events for this business, or for the business, no. So the analyst obtains background information on the threat and the risk score of the company. So on the dashboard, the analyst can see that, no. So then the analyst can check automatically, create, and it would automatically create cases and adapt if necessary. So once the analyst, so for example, he got the on our first dashboard, the analyst saw that there is a threat intelligence feed. No, now he will perform a am I affected, and based on that search, it would provide additional information on different location or different data sources, may it be on premise, on the cloud, no. So with that, it would also provide threat score, no. Then the analyst could also check automatically created cases, no. He can adapt, no. He can add members on that case, no. He could add additional context or additional data of information. Then the analyst can carry out further analysis if required, no, by having additional information. So the analyst can also build a team or collaboration, no, to initiate necessary response activities. Okay, so that is a day in a life of a security analyst. So what does CP4S brings for us, no, or provide in terms of security operation? Number one, it provides additional visibility, no. So almost 600 plus, no, uh, 600 plus validated integration to reduce risk and mean time to detect, right? With IBM threat management solution, anchored with CloudPack security, clients can unify the workflow for SOC or Security Operations Center. Analysts and also can also significantly improve the security operation by means of increasing visibility, increasing the ability to detect attacks by 51% with the help of QRadar or any SIEM. Then improving investigation time by 60%, or manual investigation efforts using QRadar Advisor with Watson, or which can reduce threat investigation and root cause determination time from hours to minutes. Okay, so responding to incidents up to 8 times faster with automation, orchestration, and dynamic playbooks with source security orchestration, automation, and response. Okay, so with that, if you wanted additional information with regards to CP4S or CloudPack for security, you can learn more by going to the link that is flashed in your screen. And you could also have a try with a Garage Business Framing for free. We are also offering a Zero Trust workshop for our clients. And if you are interested, we could also provide it to you. And we are also inviting you to go to our Security Learning Academy. A lot of security learning or security modules are available on that site, which is www.securitylearningacademy.com. No, it is a free portal where you can enroll on certain security products, especially for IBM security products. So with that, thank you very much, and this ends my presentation.